Hi everybody, and welcome to the next part of the high poly modeling of the Soviet machine. So in this part I'm going to continue making the details at the back, the high poly details, and I'm starting right away with copying that hook here at the back, and I'm going to position it on the front of the motor there. I've seen on the reference pictures that there is such a hook, so yeah, you can see it here. I've actually positioned it in the front of my model, and on the reference it's actually in the middle, but that really doesn't matter that much because my model here of the motor is different, and I can position my hook wherever I like to. So that's what I did, and now I've adjusted that element here, and I'm also going to make it a lot bigger, as this will be the support for the part here at the end. So I'm just adjusting some of the edges there, trying to match the shape better. I don't really see much here on that reference, but it's the only one I have, so I'm trying to do the best I can do here. And I've decided that I'm going to reuse that element here. I'm going to move it in the back, and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees, position it properly, and start playing with the shape. The shape of the element here is a bit different, so I'm just going to try to match that. Also it's smaller, so I scaled it. I tried to position it where it should be. Okay, scale that a bit, and now I'm going to select all of these middle vertices there, move them to the front, move the back ones to the back, just so they touch the mesh there. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to continue here. I'm selecting those polygons here for some reason, and yeah, I've deleted them and copied the the edges there to the back. Sorry for that delay. I'm pretty sure that some kind of a earthquake just happened. You know, there was a little shake of the whole room. It's interesting to to have recorded that. So anyway, my house is still on place, so I'm going to continue. I'm trying to fix that element there at the top. I'm just adding a connection here to harden the edge. Okay, I'm just going to go to my motor here. I'm going to delete that front part. It's really distracting me right now, and I'm at the end, you know, I'll have to connect the two parts together. So I'm trying to match the you know, the position, the scale of this object here. I'm adding two more edges here at the side. and I'm going to select all of these and that one there as well, also on the other side, and I'm going to move it. Yeah, it wasn't working that well, so I've decided to convert my selection to vertices. It seems easier to work that way, and now I'm just adding another two connections here that I'm going to use later on. Okay, I think that's looking good for now. Okay, so I'm just going to select those polygons there in order to see the outline of the element here at the top better, because as you can see, once I go to the top view, I can't really see which where the extrusion starts or where it ends, and it's pretty much the same from the top. So I've selected those polygons in order to see the outlines better. And of course we're going to make the holes for the bolts here, starting off with a cylinder with 8 sides, and starting to cut along the edge there of the cylinder. Like so, and connecting the end vertices like that. I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the other 3 holes. So move the cylinder to the side, to the next hole, and do the same thing that we did minutes ago, or maybe 1 minute ago. Do the hole here, cut along the side, connect the end vertices when you're ready with the cut. And I'm going to connect the vertices between the 2 holes, because I think that that's better for the geometry there. I'm not really sure if that was a good move. It really doesn't make any difference actually. You can just connect the vertices like we always do on the I don't know how it's called, on maybe 45 degree angle to the closest vertex there, and you can also do it the way I've done it here. I don't think there's any difference actually. So I'm done with this hole. I'm going to move to the next one, the last one. Okay, cut along the edge there. I seem to be having some problems here, which I don't understand why they're happening, but once I go in the perspective view, I realize that I've positioned my cylinder aside from the extruded part at the top, which doesn't work. And I told you that in the top view it's hard to realize which uh, is the beginning of the extruded part, which is the end, and so on. So yeah, I've positioned it properly right now and started to cut along the edge there, fix the vertices a bit, and connect uh, the vertices that need to be connected. Okay, connect those two there. Delete that edge there. Also connect these. And now I can delete the cylinder, connect the back vertice there. That's by itself. And I'm going to select all of the border edges. And again, as we did in the previous parts, I'm going to use the move and scale tools to create the holes for the bolts. You should be an expert of using this method here by now. And of course, we can't forget to make the connection on the side, which will harden the top side of the hole. Okay, like that. Make another connection here. I seem to have some problem, but it will be easy to fix. Just select the edges there, move them down, turn my selections to vertices, move close enough until the middle vertex is in place, deselect it, continue moving the two other vertices, and after you reach the place where they should be, we have to weld the triangles there that are formed, and do the same of course for the other holes. Just checking here if I have any triangles. I don't seem to have any here, which is strange because my holes should be identical. Yeah, I've seen the problem there. I forgot to connect those two vertices. Okay, make another connection. I'm just trying to select the right edges. Once I do select them, make the connection there, weld the vertices at the end, like that. Move that down, I mean closer to the other vertex. Okay, so looking at my geometry here, checking out what should I do now, what bolts should I use. I've decided to use those bolts here. Make a copy of that one. We can copy it as an element right now, because you know we have to use the bolt on the same object, so we don't need to detach it, we only need to copy it. So yeah, make a copy of it, position it properly, scale it a bit, move it down like that, and now I'm going to make 3 more copies, position them in the 3 holes that are left. Okay, select those two now, make the 2 copies left. Great. So I'm just rotating those bolts here to get more random feeling of everything. It will look kinda odd, you know, if all of the bolts are exactly the same, rotated exactly the same way, which is actually not so possible, you know. It will not happen in real life. I seem to be having some problem here at the bottom. I'm not sure what happened. I tried to fix that by straightening the back side, but I'm not really sure that I've managed to fix it this way. Yeah, I'm now I'm sure that I didn't manage to fix it. So I'm thinking right now, should I even bother with this one? You know, it's in the bottom. It will never be seen. And I think I leave it for now. We'll see. As for now, I'm connecting some edges here. I mean, selecting some edges here, sorry. Deselecting the ones I don't need here. I've noticed that I have a vertex that needs to be welded. Actually, quite a few vertices here. Something's not right with the geometry down there. I think I might have I don't know, messed up that part at the back. Just thinking how to proceed with this one. Should I delete it? Yeah, I've deleted it, but now I bring it back. I've decided to take a look of it with mesh smooth turned on and with the other elements visible. And as you can see, the bottom there is completely hidden. It will never be seen. So I think I decided that I will not bother with that element there, that I will leave it as it is. I don't want to you know, lose my time here with making something that you're never going to see. So what I did here is create a box at the back there, made it slightly bigger, add a few connections, fix that angle there, or I don't know how it's called. Yeah, I will call it angle. Yeah, that angle there at the side. So I moved the box where it should be, which is exactly touching the surface there of the main body. Make it about so thick, and now I'll have to bring the back side of the element here back, just so it touches it, and make another extrusion there like that. Yeah, I've seen on the reference that this plate at the back is like that. It's kind of following the shape of that element there, but actually sticking a bit to the side. And there on that part that's actually sticking out, there are some bolts, so we're going to create those. First, of course, I've deleted the back polygons. You never actually need such polygons, or maybe if you want to make some animation of exploding your mesh, maybe then you need back polygons, but I rather doubt it. You know, you're only making more polys without any reason for doing so. They will never be seen. So I'm just trying to fix up that plate there, move that edge a bit down to harden the side. And now what I'm going to do is create the bolts that are holding that plate to the main body. As I see it, this metal plate, which probably is really heavy and from some really hard metal here, maybe steel, is fixed up to that element at the side and also fixed up to the main body. And this way, it's holding the element into place, making sure that everything is going to be perfectly still, because as you can see on the side we have a motor here, and this motor is turning some parts inside that element, and maybe while turning them they're making some kind of I don't know how to call them. They're shaking the part a bit, and this metal plate might be used to be keeping the part still. I'm not really sure about if that's the real reason here. I'm just brainstorming this. Not that it's so important, but as you can see, we're making another hole, and we've made quite some holes here, and I don't need to say all the same things all over again. Okay, so just going to make the holes for the two bolts there. They're quite big bolts actually, which I think is another reason to think that this plate is used to not only hold the box, but to hold it still and making sure that it's not moving, it's not shifting in some position. So I move the cylinder down to the next place where the hole should be, make the cut here, connect the end vertices like that. We've done that quite a few times already. So delete the cylinder at the end, make the connection on the side, selecting all the side edges. Okay, and now again I'm going to select the border edges there using the move, shift drag the edges back a few times, making a few scales, again holding the shift on the keyboard, again moving the edges back. Okay, another scale there. I'm just trying to make the shape more interesting. It really doesn't matter if you have one or two or maybe three extrusions back. They probably won't even be seen or noticed, but subconsciously, if you make all the right detail, the end result is how do I call that? It's capturing the mind, or I don't know how to explain that. It's capturing the attention of the people who view the end result, and they don't know why something's looking good, especially if they don't work in that area with 3D modeling or animating or whatever, and you know, they see that something's really good, and actually it's the details that make um, a certain piece of art what it is. So you should never think of details as you know, something boring, like I don't know, something why bother to do it, you know, because it's the details that make your art what it is, you know. It makes it look real. So with that being said, I'm going to move to the motor piece, and right away I'm moving that border edges there back, making a few scales holding the shift, making a few drags there. I'm going to try and match the shape. If we actually have construction drawings of every part of this machine, it will be wiser to use the um, bevel and extrude, because you can type exact measurements in them, rather than here when where we don't have any measurements and actually requirements to follow anything exactly. So I'm basically trying to fit everything just so it seems like on the reference picture here, just so it looks like it. So with practice you'll be able to do this, and you'll be able to match some very interesting and hard shapes without actually having any measurements. I actually remember working on a project on which I didn't have certain measurements, and I decided to create everything you know, from the reference picture I had. And after a few days, when I went to the real place, it was a building inside of a building. Actually, it was a room inside of a building, and I took the measurements of the parts that I didn't have. They were almost exactly the same as the ones that I have done using only my vision, you know, and modeling skills. So with practice, you'll be able to create you know, the geometry you want without any measurements and stuff like that. So what I've done here, I went to the side view and I've made a cylinder in the center there, and I'm trying to position it properly to you know, see where the hole should be of that part here. And now I can isolate only those elements there, and I can cut my hole from that cylinder here. So I made the connections that I need here to get the center of the cylinder right. That's very important. You need two perpendicular, I don't know if that's how I should pronounce it. I'm going to pronounce it that way anyway. So the two perpendicular edges, you need them to be able to match the center of those two edges with the center of the cylinder, and that makes it really easy to create the hole. And you actually, when you do that, you make sure that when you cut along the edges there, you won't have any stretching, or uh, your shape will be circular. It will not be some kind of a uh, other shape that's messed up. Okay, so again connecting the vertices there. Like that. And I'm going to create that element there. Just do the connection on the side. Now select the inner edges, and I'm going to start making the shape there, making a few shift drags, a few scales. I'm not sure if there's that scale has a plural, but anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I made the shape here, and now I'm going to try and fix it up like that, just so I know that everything is matching like that. And bring another edge in, just so we make sure that we won't see inside the this part here. Yeah, I move that back again. I don't know why yet. I seem to have noticed something. Yeah, I select all of the inner edges there, I mean vertices, and yeah, I forgot these here on the side, and I'm going to scale them like so, make the hole bigger. Okay, that's looking good. Try to move. Yeah, now I can make my inner edges that I was talking about, like that. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I've unhided everything else. Just going to look around my model here, see how it looks. I need to move the uh, bottom part or vertices down like that. Okay, just so they touch that base. I think that's looking good. So now I'm just going to select the three of these cables there with the protections at the end, or holders. I'm not sure what their part is, and I'm going to make a copy of them, rotate it 90 degrees, and delete the end one, because I'm going to create yeah, you can see that longer cable there that goes on the side of the part here, and I'm going to start off with a line, try to match the shape from the picture. By matching a shape like this on the picture, you know, you make sure that your cable will not look strange in some kind of impossible way. I've told you that already. And it's another subconscious thing, you know. Somebody may not be uh, somebody who's looking at your end result, maybe some client who doesn't understand anything about 3D. He's looking at your end result, and you know, he says there's something wrong here, and you say, okay, what's wrong? Tell me and I'll fix it properly. And you say, and he says, I don't have any idea. You know, he doesn't know what's bothering him or her. I don't want to be, you know, talking about only men. You know, women can also be clients. So yeah, they don't know what's bothering them, but they feel it in some way. So that's why you should always try to look at real references of cables or ropes, or you know, anything that can be messed up while you're doing it. And people can notice these things, so it's always a good idea to use references like I'm doing here. I've actually changed that cable a bit because it doesn't really match my shape otherwise. And I see that I actually uh, I've actually hit the hull of the boat exactly without even knowing it, and that's probably a good thing because I'm going to use that hole. You know, instead of a boat there, the cable is going there. Maybe some kind of a uh, fuel supply, or I don't know. I don't know if this machine is working with fuel or with electricity, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to attach that cable now and scale that protector or holder there, because this cable is bigger than the others were, so we need a bigger holder there at the end. I actually save my scene all the time using the hotkey Control plus S on the keyboard, but on time to time I realize, oh, nobody actually understands that I'm saving my project, and that's something important. So I go to File and you know, hit Save As or Save only, just to show you or to remind you that you need always remember that. That's the most important thing. You may be the best artist in the world, but if you don't save your projects, nobody will ever see them. Okay, with that being said, um, we can move on to the next thing, which is fixing that handle there. The handle was too small, and you'll be having hard time to grab that handle and opening that door there. So I've scaled that a bit. Also adjust the mesh. That's some kind of a base or some kind of a holder there, I don't know. And yeah, now as you can see, it's looking better. It's still not big, but it doesn't have to be big. I think it's looking okay. So let's see now, what are we going to do now. I think that we're going to create some detail here on the motor and on the side as well. Okay, I'm just trying to find that element here. I did, and I'm going to copy it down, bring it to the motor here, and position it properly where it should be. rotate it a bit. Okay, so I put it into place right there. Yeah, that's looking good. And now I can go ahead and make the cables there that go inside the motor, probably powering the motor. So this makes me think that this machine is actually working on electricity rather than on fuel, which makes sense actually. Not many machines work on fuel, but yeah. Anyway, I've created the spline here that I'm going to use to create the cable, and I'm just trying to position it properly, trying to fix the angles, make sure that it's not intersecting with any of the other geometry there. You can notice that I'm keeping the steps of the splines down, but I'm not going to do that here. I usually keep them down because I add a mesh smooth on top of that, and that takes care of the hard edges. But in this case, we're going to create those elements that we did for the motor at the top. You know, the cables had how do you explain that, some kind of beveled rectangular elements there at the side, and that's what I'm going to try and create now. I'm just ring selecting all of these edges here, then hitting a loop select, making a small chamfer, and the funniest and the most enjoyable part, of course, selecting all of these edges by hand. I'm sure that's easily fixed with some kind of a script. I should get that looked at and not do that anymore. I'm sure that's kind of a easy script to even write yourself. Okay, I'm just filling up the time here while I'm selecting this. It's kind of a boring thing. But it's always worth it at the end. I don't know if you notice that, if you've been working with 3D or any kind of art for that matter. You know, at the end you don't actually remember all the time you spent selecting edges, or all the time you spent connecting vertices or making holes. All you actually see in the end, it's the end result. You can you know, only remember that, which is kind of cool. You know, that means that everything is worth the effort. So yeah, we've created that cable there, and we're going to move to the next thing, which will be going to the top view here and making a tube right about there. I'm going to position it properly, reduce the height segments to 1, move it into place. Okay. Also adjust the two radiuses Okay, adjust radius 1 and radius 2 and move the top vertices up, make two connections there like that. Okay, also make a connection on the top and in the side as well. Delete the polygons that are inside the motor. And from this tube actually we have to make another cable which is going up and inside the side element there. So I'm just going to create it like that with two vertices all together, nothing too hard to make, and I'm just trying to give it a bit of curvature there, fix the shape a bit just so it's not a straight line, which is boring and will not actually add anything to the machine. It will not make it more interesting. So yeah, I'm going to slide that to the side. I think that's cool. Okay, I'm going to reduce the steps since I'm not making any side elements for this one. I will just attach it to some part with mesh smooth turned on, just deleting the top and the bottom polygons. And I'm going to attach that cable to the motor. Okay, taking a look at the reference, I think that I'm going to create two more cables which are behind the motor down there. Yeah, I'm going to copy that tube, move it into place right about there. Scale that a bit, make it bigger. As you know, these cables are bigger than the standard ones, because actually what we see on the outside is the protection of the cables. So the real cable is inside that part with the rectangular elements at the side, and that's why this cable is thicker. So again, I'm going to start off with a simple line here, trying to make the cable look right, position it like that. Okay, just going to play around a bit with the vertices, move that in. Okay, make another copy of it and try to adjust the second copy just so they're not looking exactly the same, which will be again kind of boring. And we're going to up the steps because we need to add the elements at the side. I'm just assigning my standard material in the cover, I always do, and I'm going to go ahead, delete the top and the bottom polygons. Yeah, I see that there's actually too much polygons here. I think I'm going to try and fix that. Yeah, it's not looking right, because you see that the elements will be smaller here, closer together. So I actually need to adjust those. So I'm going to take a look at the mesh from the side with everything else turned on, and I have noticed that those end elements there, they don't those end edges there, they don't actually need to exist, because they are inside the tube, won't be seen. So I've deleted them all, which makes it easier here to create the elements. Again, ring select the edges you want, hit whoop, make a small chamfer there, and again the best part of everything, selecting all of these edges all the way down. But this time the cables are actually straight, and they're much easier to select, in contrast with the ones that we had to do before, with all the curves, all the strange parts there and angles. So this is relatively easy. Okay, select those edges all the way down. Just a few left. Okay, you can see we're almost done here. I'm gaining some kind of speed here. I'm getting used to that. Okay, so I've selected all of them of these edges there, ring select them, convert my selection to polygon mode, and I'm going to extrude them, make two connections there. Okay, I think that's looking good. I'm going to attach them to the main body, and this will actually be the end of this video. We only have a few more videos left of the high poly modeling. We're almost there, we're almost done. So okay guys, I'm happy to say that we're almost done here, and see you in the next part. Don't forget to save your project, and bye bye.